I get a hooday in the comments section as the Bengals win an absolute thriller all the way down to the wire. They did cover the spread, by the way. The under hit pretty easily. 17-13. The Bengals had 14 points on their first two drives. And then their defense played pretty much lights out in a dominant performance to take down the Seattle Seahawks, enter the bye at 3-3. Even if they are still behind in the AFC North since the Browns just won a thriller themselves over the 49ers. The Seahawks offense didn't have much going their way. Most impactfully, the Seahawks entered the red zone either 3 or 4 times, I forget the exact number, and they did not get points. Turnovers, stops on downs, the Bengals defense. Ultimate bend but do not break performance. We'll go more in depth on that one. To overcome, especially after the first 2 drives, a putrid performance on offense. The Bengals did not do anything after 2 fantastic, I'm thinking they're going to drop 30 today drives. The Jamar Chase, he was going to hit. It did not for me. It was painful. The Bengals defense, the single biggest reason why this team won over Seattle. More to come on this game, but if you love the Bengals, if you want more videos on Cincinnati, hit that sub button right now, youtube.com/Bengals TV. We'll have you guys covered all season, off-season, etc. long. One noteworthy injury update here. T. Higgins played. He was a bit limited, did not play. We'll talk more about him. Chidobe Awuzie played. He was up and down, didn't play the full game. Orlando Brown left the game with a groin injury. Now, he said afterwards he would be fine after the bye. That comes up this Sunday for Cincinnati. Hopefully, that is the case. Cody Ford subbed in. I didn't think he was that bad, but as we'll get into, the left side of the O-line has not exactly been a strong point for Cincinnati. So hopefully Brown is okay, but groin injury, claims he'll be back for the following game. Not next Sunday, the one after that. We'll go into some takeaways from this one. Bengals win. What do you grade them? A, B, C, D, or F? Certainly not their best effort, but it was a win. So A, B, C, D, or F. This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. Takeaway number 1, your defense absolutely carried Cincinnati to a win. Some stats here. Logan Wilson, 11 tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for loss. Dax Hill, 8 tackles, 2 pass breakups, plus a kind of bad personal foul penalty. Sam Hubbard, 7 tackles, 1 TFL, a sack. Trey Hendrickson was a nightmare in the second half. 4 tackles, a sack, 3 TFLs, some pressures down the stretch. We will get to Cam Taylor-Britt later on. Mike Hilton had a huge interception. If I had told you the Seahawks offense had like 4 red zone trips, you would have went, oh no, we lost, didn't we? Especially if I told you the Bengals scored 17 points. The defense was in full-on bend but don't break mode. Hats off to them. The Bengals defense looked more like the championship caliber one we saw 2 years ago, and they have all season long. Fantastic job by the Bengals up front. Takeaway number 2. Offense. Where'd you go? Joe Burrow finishes the game 24 of 35 for 185. At one point, he was like 13 of 15 or something like that, and then went like 9 of 20 down the stretch. The offense, the first 2 drives on offense was 2 drives, 20 plays, 142 yards. They got 14 points. That is you're going to drop 50 on this team effort. The last 8 drives, 32 plays, 73 yards, about half of it on 4 extra drives, 3 points, which, by the way, came after you were gifted a turnover. Remember, you had the football, 1st and 10 from the 34 following the Cam Taylor-Britt interception, and you got incomplete, 52-yard field goal that helped ice the game. You probably wouldn't have won if not for that field goal there. 3 points, 1 turnover. I don't know what happened, man. Burrow was missing throws. O-line wasn't doing a great job. The ground game, again, just did not want to feature Joe Mixon, which, again, you're winning. how do you have over double the pass plays to run plays? Almost 3x. Like, you got to get it figured out there. The offense must be better. I'm hoping the bye week gives them time. They did run some under center Joe Burrow stuff. Hopefully that means more going forward, but the calf looked fine. I think Burrow just kind of struggled down the stretch of that game. Thank God the Bengals got out of there with a win. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. It's just you against the numbers. Don't battle thousands of other players, the pros, the sharks, etc. Instead, pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. You can turn $10 into $250 in just a few taps. It truly is that simple. I'm banking on Cooper Kupp more than receiving yards. That game going on as we sit here filming. Kenneth Walker touchdowns cashed. Trevor Lawrence got hurt, and also the game was over by the third quarter, so I was right. He was going to play well, but then he got hurt, and the game was over. But that's okay, because PrizePicks gave me a $100 first deposit match. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That link will be in the comment section and the description of today's show. It is prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Back to the defense here. How freaking good was Cam Taylor-Britt, guys? He was locking up DK Metcalf for the most part. Still some up and downs, but in total, let me double check my notes here, make sure I got this right. 7 tackles, interception, 3 pass breakups. Against one of the best receiving cores in the entire NFL. Lots of big plays, and the Bengals do not win that football game based on how they were playing without that critical CTB INT, just miscommunication between Geno and Metcalf. Taylor-Britt was there. Chidobe Awuzie played a little bit. Thought DJ Turner was fine. Cam Taylor-Britt is this team's future number 1 corner. Very impressed with how well he played. Who do you think gets the game ball for Cincinnati? Who gets it? Is it Cam Taylor-Britt? Is it your defense as a unit? A lot of routes you can go. Sound off for me in the comment section right now. Number 4, I get he was limited. I get he was banged up. Another disappointing performance out of T. Higgins. 2 catches, 20 yards. He had at least 1 drop, if not 2. 1 catch would have been overturned for OPI. I didn't see that much of it. I don't think it should have been called, but he also dropped it, so didn't matter. I get that he has been banged up. He's gutting through it, but Tyler Boyd was decent underneath stuff all. Yoshi, my guy, had a touchdown catch today. I don't want Higgins to press. He's looking for a new contract. I get that. He has to just settle in and play better. Disappointing effort. You can't have a play that's going to get $20 million a year get 20 yards in a game. It's not good enough. All right, 1-word reaction to this Bengals win. Sound off in the comment section. No cheating. 1 word. Good, bad, happy, tight, whatever that 1 word is, sound off in the comment section right now. The final takeaway in this one against the Seahawks, I am worried about Cordell Volson. I thought he played really well for a first-year player last year. I was expecting year 2 breakout. How many times was he like, Volson got cooked? There was the 1 rush I remember distinctly against Draymond Jones. I think it was 3rd down. It's 1-on-1. Volson, Draymond Jones, who is, by the way, a finesse player. And Draymond Jones bull rushes Volson so bad, he's on his ass, and it's a sack. Can't have it. I didn't think the run game was that great off the left side the way it should be there. So I don't have a solution. Jackson Carman, I don't love that idea. The Bengals have got to figure things out with Cordell Volson. The injured Orlando Brown, they played Cody Ford. I didn't think he was that bad, but that's a not great left side of the offensive line. For your blinds, that's a big-time concern. Bengals have got to figure things out up front because Volson cannot be this bad moving forward. I don't know what the solution is on the roster. I don't think there's many out there available trade market. Do you want to maybe Ezra Cleveland, but Vikings won today, so I don't know. Figure it out, Bengals. It's going to be a problem for you come playoff time.